with all the latest in news, sports, and entertainment. You're watching the BTV Buzz, Iowa's most watched high school news show.
Hello Boone High, I'm Addie Peebler back with another week of highlights on the BTV Buzz. Boone High had 3 gifted wrestlers that fought their way to state. One of these wrestlers is Dylan Postonic. Here's Boone TV's McGuire Bryant with more on the senior wrestler Dylan Postonic.
Wrestling this season is almost over as the state tournament is right around the corner. Boone is ranked number 22 as a team in Iowa and is very senior heavy. Dylan Postonic is one of those seniors looking to make a lasting impact on the Torador wrestling program.
My goals for this season are to qualify for the state tournament. I want to get on the podium. I've never qualified for the state tournament, but I really feel like I could get in there, and I want to make some noise at conference and be the conference champ of Raccoon River Valley.
He's always had a positive impact on the team.
He's just a natural leader. His energy, he likes to pick people up through hard practices. He's always the one patting you on the back and pushing you along, trying to get going. He wants everybody to get better.
He never wants to give up.
It's cliche, but I like something about never give up, just about how you'll face adversity and there will be things that will want to make you stop or things that try to get you to stop, but you just got to keep on going.
Dylan will continue working hard to finish out the season at state. This has been McGuire Bryant from Boone TV.
There's a new weekly series where BHS freshman gives her fashion advice and tips to our Boone TV viewers. Here's Bree Wittrig with her guest star Cyan Morris with this week's fashion tips.
People often wear pajama pants at school because they are too lazy to change in the morning. But it is also a very comfortable and stylish trend. People have always worn pajamas, but it wasn't acceptable day wear until very recently.
The trend was started by college students seeking independence and self-admiration.
These pajamas are typically PJ flannel pants worn with a t-shirt, hoodie, or tank top. According to sophomore Julian Sussman from New York, I don't think it's a fashion statement. It's acceptable. Many schools have pajama day. However, every day can be pajama day with this trend. Oftentimes, it is girls who display the comfortable trend. I think wearing pajama pants is fine. They are acceptable to wear and very comfortable because they are so loose and thin.
However, they are informal and what I believe to be a step backwards in the fashion industry. If anyone back in the day wore their underclothes, it was considered immodest and entirely scandalous. Today, we are allowing such blasphemy in our places of public education.
My overall rating for the PJ pants trend is a 9 out of 10 for comfort and a 9 for style.
My overall rating for the trend is a 10 for comfort, but a 2 for style.
Thanks for joining my show and see you next time for Fashion Tip Friday with Bree Witt.
Boone High offers many clubs, sports, and activities. Senior Hannah Good participated in many of these throughout her high school career. Here's BTV's Ellie Van Dyke with more on Hannah Good.
Boone High is always a busy place, with all of the seasonal sports, teams, and events. One of the school's perks is the numerous activities and opportunities that we offer, allowing students to explore their diverse interests. One of the students taking advantage of this is Hannah Good, a senior at BHS. Hannah is involved in many activities throughout the school. She enjoys staying engaged with her peers and fills her time with extracurriculars and friends.
I'm involved in football cheer, wrestling cheer, state cheer, diving, student council, swing choir, NHS, and that's it, I think.
Hannah's last year at Boone High brings a lot of emotions, but she is enjoying her senior season and is excited to see what the future holds.
I've really enjoyed just making an impact on the underclassmen and helping with them, and I'm just looking forward to getting through the year and starting the next chapter of my life.
The relationships Hannah has built with her coaches and mentors at the school have helped her over the past 4 years, and they recognize the qualities that Hannah brings to her activities.
Hannah is super kind-hearted, and she's always worried about other people and making sure everyone's okay. When I had COVID, she made me and my whole family dinner, and she texted me and said, "Hey, I'm coming over. I have dinner for you. Be home at 6." And didn't even bat an eyelash at it. She just wanted to take care of us, and it was so kind and so nice.
One of Hannah's best qualities is that she's a leader. She's awesome at problem solving. Anytime there was a type of concern or anything going on, she was not afraid to come up and share with the coaches what was going on. She would give her opinion, but it was very appropriate and in a positive manner. And so definitely she has some great leadership qualities.
Hannah's coaches have had some of the biggest impacts on her during her time at Boone High. She has grown into a talented and accomplished student and athlete, making her senior year even more memorable.
When I met Hannah, she had zero experience in diving, so she did not know any dives. And she, I think at her first meet, scored a 33, which is very low. And by the end of her freshman year, she was at, I think, like 100 points. This year, maybe last year, her best score ever was like 160 or 170, which so grew a lot as a diver. She actually was one of the first ones of her class to get 11 dives, which was a huge accomplishment. That's a really big deal. So she had literally went from 0 to an awesome diver.
One of my best memories with Hannah is just recently our state cheerleading competition. She was also very busy during that time as she was doing diving, having conference, districts, and all of that. And when we did so well at the state cheerleading competition, she was so excited. And I think for her, she realized that her hard work really paid off.
My favorite memory of Hannah is when the 4 seniors were freshmen. They convinced me to invite them all over for dinner, and they told me that they wanted me to make spaghetti tacos. And so I did, and first of all, they didn't like my tacos. They were broken, but I had never had spaghetti tacos before, so they came over and we made spaghetti tacos, and we watched a movie, and then they tried to convince me that we needed to have a sleepover, but cut that off. That was not going to happen, but that's one of my favorite memories of Hannah.
Hannah's experience at Boone High has been one to remember, but she is looking forward to the opportunities that follow. After graduation, Hannah plans to study social work, and she is excited to see what the future holds. This has been Ellie Van Dyke with Boone TV.
People all over the world flocked to the movie theaters to watch the new Spider-Man. Isaiah Chapman was one of them. Here he is with his opinion on the blockbuster Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Well, since I'm here, I might as well review one of the greatest movies ever created in recent years, Spider-Man No Way Home. Released on December 16th, 2021, this movie has become one of the most beloved MCU movies of all time. The story is that Mysterio... Oh, you need an explanation. He's a jerk. Anyway, Mysterio revealed Spider-Man's secret identity by saying that he killed a bunch of people in Spider-Man Far From Home. So, Peter asks Doctor Strange to make everyone forget about Peter. But something goes horribly wrong, of course, which brings classic Spider-Man villains to try and kill Peter. Let's go over the cons, because there is one thing that I feel like a lot of people have said that doesn't make any sense. It's when Doctor Strange agrees to do the spell that would make people forget about Peter Okay, listen. Strange. You were the Sorcerer Supreme. For crying out loud, dude. You could have said no, but you just had to screw things up. What the heck? I really need to stop. So let's get to the pros before something bad happens. My first pro is a bit of a spoiler, so 3, 2, 1. Aquaman is Peter's mother. Oh, and Toby and Andrew are in this movie. Now, this will go down in the history as being one of the worst kept secrets in all of Hollywood, but I was still shocked when they showed up, and I think I know what told this, that they were in it. There's also a lot of references to the past Spider-Man movies, and my favorite part is when Andrew totally redeems himself. My next pro is the character development of Peter, Tom Holland. People have asked or joked that Peter is basically Tony Stark Jr. because he relied too much on Stark Tech. Now that this movie is finally out, I finally understand what Marvel was going for. We were so used to getting the "with great power comes great responsibility" line in the first movie, but we never got it in a trilogy, because Peter is now taking responsibilities for his actions. That's amazing. Okay, that's all from me. I really think that this is the best Spider-Man movie ever made, so go out and see it. I give this movie 11 Spider People out of 10. What?
いなき子供たちのために涙を流す男スパイダーマン
Now, to wrap up this week's show, I present to you Tater Eats 2. If you didn't watch last week's show, Tater Eats is where freshman Tate Carlson reviews concessions foods from Central Iowa schools. Here's Tater Eats.
Welcome back to Tater Eats. This is episode number 2. As I said, we are in ADM trying ADM concession stand food. Now, they were running a little bit short on some stuff, so we got as much as we could. All right, first of all, we got with the Powerade because they didn't have Pepsi products, so we just had to change it up a little. And then next we got popcorn, like we did in the first video. Next we got a sundae, which is unique to this concession stand. Then we got Casey's Pizza. Then we got the hot dog. All right, now in our first episode, I said first bite, everybody knows the rules. That means first bite is the best bite. So each time I take a bite into this, it means it's good. And as in before, we are gonna rate everything by appearance, then taste everything. All right, so let's start off with the appearance. Hot dog first. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. It looks really appealing and really juicy. All right, next to Casey's Pizza. It just doesn't look too good. I've had Casey's Pizza before, and it just looks like it's a little refrigerated, and it got stuck to another piece. 6.5 on that. The brownie sundae, there's whipped cream everywhere. Just doesn't look as good as I thought. It's 5.5. It's just really not good, and the brownies are sunken in there. Yeah, just not too good. Popcorn also not looking too well. I give this 3 out of 10. Yeah, just and the Powerade, of course, just 8.5 out of 10. It's just a basic product. All right, now we're gonna taste, starting with the hot dog. I give that an 8.5 out of 10. It's a solid ballpark dog. Next, let's try the Casey's Pizza. It's mediocre. It's a little cold, so I give it just a 5.5 out of 10. Nothing too special. Next, the brownie sundae. Uh, 6 out of 10, just basic. It's just your basic cosmic brownies with just basic ice cream. I could make this at home if I wanted to. Nothing too special here. Next, we got popcorn. Looks a little white, like not seasoned at all. So, yeah. It's just very plain. 2.5 out of 10. Like, no salty, no buttery, nothing to it. Next, we got the Powerade. $7.5 out of 10. That's just fine. Alright, that was this episode of Tater Eats. Next episode, we will be in Carlisle, trying Carlisle concession stand food.
Thank you all for joining us for this week's news show. We will be back next week with all the latest buzz at BHS. In the meantime, make sure to visit us on our various social media pages. You can like us on Facebook, follow on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And now, from all of us at Boone TV, make sure you stay safe, stay cool, and have a wonderful week, Boone High.